Hi, it's Janelle with Parsnips and Parsimony. Today we're going to be harvesting our horseradish, and we thought we would take you along while we dig it up, process it, and can it for the upcoming year. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. We're a family of 10. So come on, let's go harvest that horseradish. It's April 22nd, and we've actually had a really early spring this year. Usually our horseradish is harvested in another week and a half to 2 weeks, but because of our warm temps, the horseradish has already started to grow, which is now the time is to harvest that horseradish. We have 2 patches of horseradish, and we just rotate them every year so the roots get large enough. We have a patch here. This patch we harvested last year, so we're not going to touch this one. And then over here in the other corner of our garden, we have another patch of horseradish. This one's a little bit smaller, but this here is the horseradish. You can see this actually is a lot taller than the other one for whatever reason. And in fact, look at the horseradish root is sticking out right now. So we're going to just go ahead and dig this up and take it in and start processing it. That one's half sticking out. I bet that one's huge.
Probably.
Oh yeah. Oh, you broke the root too. Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, this is from winter. It was above the surface.
Yeah.
Next, let's see what this one. So if that one was that big, maybe this one will be just as good.
Try not to break the root this time.
Nice root. Yep,
Yeah.
good. Look at that.
Doesn't look like we're going to have as much as we had last year, but we'll see.
This was a smaller patch than last year. We still had leftovers from last year, right?
Yeah, we still have, I think, a half a quart.
Okay, so we'll be fine. Oh, that's metal art.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. But
I think we're fixing to find out.
yes.
Interesting. So a little history about our property here. Our home was an old parsonage, and it was built in 1901. So we might find some interesting treasures back here. This used to be a big pine tree here we had removed, and who knows what we're gonna find.
We have a big metal chunk that decided to grow around.
There we go. Still broke off. Did you break off some of the bottom, or is it?
So, yes. Yeah, it's hard to avoid.
Horseradish is challenging like that.
Yeah, it goes pretty
Wow,
deep.
that's a nice root art.
Okay, well now we need to find out what that is.
You know, you might lift up that other horseradish in the process too. So.
Right.
This is fun. This is like digging for gold. The hole continues to get bigger.
Right. And we have some.
We still haven't uncovered the metal.
No.
Oh, I can smell the horseradish now.
Okay.
Nice size root too.
Right. I think it grows out of the garden even. Okay, we still have that
Pipe in
chunk
there.
of metal
Yeah.
that we need to figure out what it is. Now that we left our viewers in suspense. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
I think it's just a garden stake, but
Yeah, I think you're
find
right.
out. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. An old garden stake.
I wonder where the rest of it is.
Looks like it was broken off. Oh, there it is.
All right. Lost treasure. Never know what you'll find digging horseradish. Actually, we should put some manure over here too,
Right.
so the horseradish grows big and huge. Last fall, we have a friend who is a dairy farmer, and we were able to get some of his manure. You can see it right here. We've got this large pile of manure. Our plan is to add that into our garden this year. You saw from just our digging that the soil isn't the best. It's not the worst, but we've spent many years trying to amend the soil to improve it as we've gone along. This corner being one of the, well, last holdouts because we've had horseradish there. Definitely looks Definitely looks like it's a good mixture of sand and just regular topsoil. Could benefit from some nice fresh manure. That's our bucket of horseradish. We're going to prep it, weigh it, and, well, replant it. All right, so we're up to the next step. What's that next step, Art?
Now we're gonna cut the roots off. How much right here?
Well, yeah, on that one you can.
Okay.
Usually you can cut it right pretty close to the top.
Okay, we'll keep that.
Okay, so this gets replanted in the ground. Don't worry about not having roots. It's, trust me, it's gonna grow.
Right here?
Yeah, about that is good.
You want to help too?
And this one,
okay.
This plant here is actually 2, so we're going to divide that into two plants.
So that's a little one.
So we'll just replant that one. Oh, look at the size of that one.
That one's a big one. This is one that was half out of the ground.
Yeah.
I should go a little lower on this one.
Well, I was thinking trim it here, and then we'll probably end up trimming a lot of that.
Oh, it has some bad parts in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Here, the growing pile's over
growing
here.
pile.
Growing pile.
When you get 2 out of this one. Oh, was a spider?
Okay.
Was there a spider in
the little spider?
It's 3 legs.
Wow.
This pile.
Okay, there's what we are keeping, and that's what we're putting back in the garden. I'm going to go plant that now.
Okay, these are really easy to plant.
Yeah, you just kind of
Literally just plop them
like
in.
that.
It's easier if you keep them in rows. There they all are, all planted. And we'll dig them up in 2 years. It's the next day, and last night Art brushed these off with just a potato brush to kind of clean off the dirt and things. And now we're gonna weigh them. What do you want to take a guess?
I bet there are 3 pounds, 2 ounces.
3 pounds?
3 pounds,
Really?
2 ounces. I'm guessing. Remember, you said guess. I'm guessing. I don't know that for sure. Let's see. Okay, and then the little tiny chunks. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
just shy of 2.5.
Oh wait, this was touching the thing there.
Oh. I have our trusty seed journal, which actually, it's kind of funny. This is not a seed journal or a record book at all, but it turned into that. So we have in here, this was 2017 right here, and all the food. In fact, we never put down horseradish on this one. Art?
I don't think we got it that year. I think it was the next year that we started.
That was 17. We skipped 2018. These were our totals for 2017. And then flip over to last year, 2019. And all we did for horseradish is we did 2 and 1/8 quart. You said 4 pounds, 10 ounces of horseradish. So that would be, this year's less than last year.
Yeah, I know last year was a very good year.
And then we recorded all that. But this was a bad year. And then we actually wrote down everything right here, and we're gonna flip the page and start 2020. This is exciting, Art. 2020. Good morning. Welcome back to Parsnips and Parsimony. Today is going to be a crazy, wild day. We're going to be doing a lot of outdoor homesteading type things, trying to get our yard and our garden up to date and ready to go, because we have decided that this year, if any year, it is vitally important to be growing our own food and being successful at it. So I feel like everything that we've done all the other years have just been sort of like a trial run, and this is the year that we really need our garden to be successful. So we started yesterday by harvesting our horseradish, and we've got it right here. We're gonna get that prepped today. We ended up getting 2 pounds, 7 3/4 ounces, not as much as 2019. 2019, I just looked in my book, it was a little over 4 pounds, not so hot. And then yesterday I cooked some chickpeas in the Instant Pot. We're going to start making some hummus. And we also have eggshells. You guys might be thinking, what on earth are you doing with eggshells? Usually we throw them in the compost, but when you wash them and dry them, You can crumble them up or puree them, pulverize them. We put these in our chicken's food for calcium. It's really good for them, and we just save them and throw it in there. If you have chickens, or if you're just starting chickens this year, sometimes the chicken eggshells will be really thin, and if you do that, it's usually because you have a calcium deficiency problem. So that's why we started doing this, and since we've done that, we haven't had any problems with the eggshells being too thin and cracking and not being able to make it into our kitchen so we can eat them.
We have 3 things we're using the food processor for the horseradish, the eggshells, and the hummus. So I like to get it out of the way all at once. So we're going to start with the eggshells. This is very loud.
Yes.
It's actually quite obnoxious, really.
There's a rock in
Yeah,
there.
that sounds like there's something in there. It's not supposed to be there.
All right, that's good enough for the girls. They'll be fine with that.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be too chopped.
No. So how appropriate that this just came, Art.
What is it?
Earplugs.
Oh, earplugs.
Maybe I need those for all this noise we're making with the food processor. So the mail just came. We got that one item, which I was pretty excited about. But the other one I am super excited about is learning, well, this item, I'm just going to show it to you guys. It's this adorable piggy bank. And it's to help kids to save, spend, donate, and invest.
Oh, that's kinda interesting.
Isn't that cool? And I thought, you know, that is just right up our alley. And I think it's going to be perfect for the kids to, particularly those smaller girls, teaching them about the importance of saving during this time of the quarantine. That is even more valuable learning, real life.
Now the girls will be all over this. They're outside.
They'll be
right
in
now.
shortly.
Yeah. Invest, donate, spend, save.
Don't you think they're going to like that?
I think so.
And then there's a hole for each one. So
Oh, they got 4 little
compartments.
things in the piggies there.
Very important training tools. Teaching kids how to use their money well from the beginning.
Right. If I were to make one too, it would have all these things on it too,
Right.
these 4 things. So that's
We might have to get a couple for the different kids.
Right.
Put their names on them. Have them on their dressers, and they can visibly see what they're doing.
right.
That's a cool visual thing. I love that. Cool. That stuff is powerful. Art.
It is.
Wow.
You know what? When you go to the store and buy the stuff in the little containers, you think, oh, that's not that spicy. But when it's fresh, trust me, it is very, very spicy.
Art's just peeling the horseradish
Yes.
now. Just get the majority of the. You probably could eat it, but we like to
Well,
peel
there's
it.
sand on it and
Yeah.
stuff, so I'm just taking out the top layer. And it doesn't get all of it. I mean, there are a few spots there,
It's
but I'm not
not
going to
gonna
worry
hurt
about
ya.
it.
And if you haven't seen Art's horseradish dance, I don't want to say that it's famous, but if you want to see Art's horseradish dance from when he took too big of a spoonful of fresh horseradish, you can check that video right up here and see him do his little horseradish dance.
I peeled the big ones. They look
Yeah.
like someone saw a picture and they said, "What is that? Bones?" No, horseradish.
Yeah, we just peeled it.
Yeah, we peeled the big stuff. The little stuff, we just washed it.
Looks
and
like
threw
it's
it
going to
in
be
there.
2 loads.
Yes, definitely. At least 2 loads, maybe 3. Now this is where it gets really
Spicy.
spicy smelling.
Okay, I'm going to hold, I'll put the camera there, but I'm stepping back.
Okay, this is going to be
stuff is
really,
potent.
really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
We
it
gotta
is.
Put that in a bowl.
Oh yes. Wow. Oh, that will knock it out. Nice. Wow. Like I say, this is a lot stronger than when
Watch
you
the
get
blade.
it from the
The blade's
store.
gonna fall out.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this stuff
Stand
is
back.
strong.
Yeah, you gotta stand way back for this.
And we've actually had the kids go outside and go in the other room, so we
Yeah,
have
but-
no tears.
Right. Yes. You might have to finish this up outside.
That is strong. Woo!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to finish this up outside.
We don't have that much left.
Oh. Literally, if you're sick, if you have a cold, This works great for
Wow,
carrying
even
you
Art's
out.
crying.
Here's all your-
Art, I've never seen you cry before.
Yeah. Okay.
Going outside for some fresh air?
Yeah, we're gonna head outside here. And here's our second load.
While Art's doing that, I'm going to go outside and start putting the horseradish in jars. I think we're going to get about 2 quarts.
I got smart this time in taking it outside.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, even outside it's strong.
Should have done it yesterday when there was those high gale force winds. We did it. We got 2 quarts. I'm so excited. I didn't think we were going to get 2 quarts, but we did. Okay, I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt to each jar. And then, let's see, I need a pinch of sugar. Pinch of sugar. And then we're just going to top it off with vinegar. Regular white vinegar. More vinegar to this. Oh wow, strong, strong, strong. Ouch, my eyes. All done, ready for another year. We're all done crying, right, Art?
I hope so.
We're doing chickpeas. Next, hummus.
Here we go. And we need to add in a few things here.
Just keep grinding.
Yeah, we'll grind it for a little while, then we'll start adding stuff. Okay, a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, and Janelle's getting the garlic. Usually we like to use fresh garlic, but we don't have a lot of fresh garlic right now, so.
Actually, I'm saving the fresh for if anybody gets sick. So
Right.
we're
Using the not fresh stuff. Let's see, what else do we need to add in there? A little bit of
Oil.
salt and, alright, oil. There's some salt.
Where's the? Could you hand me the teaspoon, please?
Teaspoon right here. And I have Daniel on my back. Let's see. There he is.
Did you add the lemon juice yet?
Yes. We've been out of chickpeas for quite a while, so I don't think Daniel has ever had homemade hummus.
No.
A little more oil.
Stop it for a second.
How is it so far?
Needs more salt.
Salt,
I thought I was
yeah.
going to need more salt.
Our little chickens are getting very big and they're outgrowing their box, so I'm going to have Charity and John make another box for the chickens.
My plant here got some more spider mites. They were good for a long time and then they came back, so I'm just trimming off all the dead stuff. And we're going to try it again. Oh! Put them in the box, please. We have escaped.
One's been canceled.
Yes,
This is gonna be the
Okay.
draft.
Hey girls, how you doing? Well, we've been working outside and Art has been working on trimming the trees. I'll show you what he's done. So that's the part Art's done. This is the part that needs to be done left. It's a big job. It's a really big job. Hi Art, you want to wave?
What?
Wave for the camera. So there he is, working away. There's
Walking on super tall stilts.
yeah, really tall stilts. You look like such a little person in there. So this is hopefully going to open up that area here so there's more sunlight into the garden, which is a really important thing. But for now, I'm going to go grab some of the spinach from here. We're going to transplant it and put it in the back garden. Actually supposed to rain tomorrow, which is a great day. Means today's a great day to transplant the spinach. And when I planted it, I knew I was planting it too close, and the plants do better when they're farther apart. I don't know if you guys can see, but that spinach is pretty close together. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop that out, thin it out, and just retransplant it. Okay, this is all prepared. I had actually planted lettuce and spinach in here a few weeks ago. None of it came up. So we're just going to go ahead and plant those babies. Garlic is doing great this year. Hoping this is a fabulous year for it and it grows well. And then there's the horseradish that we put in yesterday. It's going to rain tonight, so that'll be really good for that. Let that grow. But let's get this spinach in. So transplanting the spinach will actually stunt it, but that's okay. I'm okay with it getting stunted for a few days to slow it down and to let it grow bigger roots and get bigger so you have better leaves. So this is good. I'm going to go up front again. We're going to pick some of the kale, and I'm going to do a row of kale right next to the spinach. You can see I planted them about 4 to 6 inches apart all the way down, and probably next week I'll take another row from that front glass house, whatever you want to call it, greenhouse, and I'll transplant it in here. So I'm trying to space them out about a week. That will help with the spinach, spacing it out. We're getting towards the end. It's cool right now, but spinach does not do well once it gets warm. So trying to get it in before it gets too hot, and we'll put the kale right next to it. I could do another row of kale somewhere else, but I think I'm going to put the kale right here. That'll give it time to really grow, and then once the spinach bolts, I can pull it out, and then the kale can get really big, and it's sort of one of those companion garden type things. So I took out this entire row of spinach. I'll leave this row for next week, but now I'm going to operate on the kale next. So here's what we ended up doing. Row of spinach, kale, and that goes all the way down. And then I had more kale. So I put in another row of kale here. And this I planted earlier. I did find a few beets, I think, in there. I'm going to let them grow and see what happens. Otherwise, that's probably going to get planted with lettuce in the very near future. There's actually a lot that needs to be done in the garden, but I don't have the time for it today. But it's getting there. This all needs to be done. I have to clean up the rows, tidy up the mulch, and that's what I did over here. We had a little bit of mulch left over from last winter, so I went ahead, since these guys are done, I went ahead and put the mulch down, and last year that worked really, really well at least reducing the weeds in the paths. I just have to be able to stay on top of the weeds in the, not walking aisles, but where the garden plants are. I'm hopeful that this is going to be a good year. And by me setting up the pathways, it makes it so much easier for me to be able to have the kids help because they know where to work and how to stay out of the plants. The only condition that we have problems with is when the pumpkins and the viney plants overgrow, but I've seen some interesting ways of keeping on top of that on Pinterest, so I think I'm going to be trying some new things. I think we got something exciting, Art.
I think so too.
Thing.
There it is. Let's see if this is what we wanted or not. I'm so nervous.
They look big.
Yeah.
2.5 by 2. Black hinges. There they are. There's our hinges. Look like the same ones are.
Good. It's
Hey,
always a little scary.
when did I say we ordered these? 2014?
It was a long
That's
time
what
ago.
it
I
was.
don't remember
So,
exactly when.
We're looking at 6 years and we were still able to find the same ones. So, oh, they even gave us screws. Oh, perfect. All right. We can now officially finish the island doors. Yay! I'm going to end the vlog. We had an uneventful evening. I worked on editing some videos and all that good jazz. If you guys haven't figured out, I do most of my work here for YouTube after the kids go to bed. So not a lot happens on the vlogs after the afternoon. Art did get a fair amount of the tree trimming done. Don't think I showed you. He almost finished all the way to the front of the road. Then he'll have to go to the back. Tomorrow's supposed to be cloudy, rainy, so we'll probably do a little bit tomorrow. And then Saturday's supposed to be beautiful. Yay, we're going to hit the 60s. 60 degrees. Wow, it's going to be a heat wave. So we're going to plan on finishing that up. I hope you are healthy and doing well. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you for our next video.